Well, who's your boss? Who's your boss, Zach?
Haley.
Yeah, great.
Welcome in. Oh, we got some people coming in. Sweet. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm so excited that if you heard the excitement in my voice, it's probably just because it's Friday. And the subject is very interesting as well, but I think it's a mixture of both. Welcome. Thank you for coming today. I know we had a couple of people signed up today, so I definitely don't want to start too soon. Maybe we'll give it another minute or so, just as we let folks in. Wayne, can you see folks watching on YouTube or on Facebook at the moment, or?
One blipped on and then off again and back on. So yes, people are watching.
Woo! Sweet. Maybe I can even. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to start in just a moment, folks.
And I just posted in Facebook to let those folks watching live on Facebook know that they can comment, and we'll see those comments and answer any questions there as well.
Yes, we will not leave you hanging, Facebook people. Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to mute and let you continue running the show, Zach.
Thank you, Wayne. Awesome.
Yep.
Well, folks, really happy to be here. Just a huge thank you to Fix It Fair for having Community Energy Project for now 4 workshops in a row that we've done. So we're coming down to it, and just really grateful for the opportunity to get this information out to the community through such a great avenue and such a great partner with the city and Fix It Fair. I'm going to get started. If folks jump in as we go, we'll catch them up. But the folks that are here right now, I want to be mindful of your time. I know it's Friday afternoon. This is going to be a little bit shorter presentation because it's going to be in English. So I might talk a little bit fast. We've been doing some interpreted workshops. So I'm thinking about 45 minutes. And then we'll let you all go. But, feel free to stay on if you have extra questions or you need to reach out to me after. I will absolutely be happy to answer questions, and I don't want to leave anyone hanging. But so how this process works, we're going to do this workshop, and definitely for those folks who are here right now, we want to get you the free materials that we are going to be talking about today to weatherize your home. So it's basically attend a workshop, fill out a form, which I'll share in the chat as we go, and then come to our office to pick up those free materials. I totally should have had one next to me. Maybe I'll grab it in a second so I can show you what it looks like. But we're a community energy project. We're going to be talking about weatherization today. We've been in Portland about 40 years, so a long history of serving the community. This is some how to use Zoom, but just type in the chat if you have questions. We'll be sure to answer those. Yeah, let's keep going through this. We're a nonprofit organization. Like I said, we've been in Portland for 40 years. We receive our funding from the city and from the county for all of our materials and our wages. And this is our services and materials are based on an income qualification basis. Those qualifications keep going up, which is great. So get more and more people in there. It's based on your household size and your income. And if you don't I'll show this chart again so you don't have to, memorize it. It's also on the form I'll share with you. But, to qualify to receive these free materials, which we'll talk about today, I should have been more prepared, but I'm going and I'm coming right back. This is the free kit that we provide folks. It's pretty easy to carry. We'll talk about what's inside there. Maybe not the best presenter etiquette to just jump out of the screen, but I'm back. If you don't qualify, I can send you this list, or you can take a picture of this list and find all these tools and materials at a local store. hardware store. Briefly about Community Energy Project, we do this community education, which we're doing right now. We have multiple types of workshops, and we also have a team of folks that can come to your home for free and do audits and repairs and things like that. So 2 departments. I'm in the education department, hence me doing this workshop. But great organization, and yeah, we are happy to help you out if we can. A new program that we have is called Oregon Community Solar. My coworker Olivia is helping folks sign up. I can answer questions about this, but I'm not the expert. But the basic idea is that solar panels do not have to go on your roof. You know, depending if you don't own your roof or you don't have enough roof space or something like that, you can sign up to a solar to receive solar energy that is off-site, that is produced off-site from your property or your place of living. The basic idea is you would subscribe to this off-site project. The solar energy is produced on your behalf, this little portion of it, and then whatever is produced, that will come in as a credit on your same utility bill. So you don't have to do anything. It's completely free to sign up, and your utility, whether it's PGE, Pacific Power, Idaho Power, they will just put a little line item on there that would say you are receiving a credit because you signed up for one of our community solar projects. All you have to do is select yes on the form that I share with you later, or you can just take the phone number down right now. If you're an English speaker, you can call Olivia. We do have we just hired a Spanish speaker to really try to make this program more accessible. And it is completely free if you meet these qualifications that are on the site. If you don't meet those, there's actually a way to sign up for the folks who do not meet those income qualifications. So it is open to as many people as possible, and our staff is helping sign folks up. So today we're talking about weatherization, basically to heat your home more efficiently, to save money doing it, stopping drafts, cold air specifically as we're still in the winter, and then preventing mold. So that is the basic idea. I'm going to try to not talk as fast, but I think, it's Friday afternoon. We're all kind of ready to get on out of here. So I want to be mindful of that. But all this information that I'm going to share with you today will help you save money and save energy, but just take what you need and leave the rest, right? This is, whatever works for you. That's why we try to give as much information as possible so you can take what works for your lifestyle to save some money and stay comfortable. What is weatherization? Basically, it just means to protect your home from extreme weather, definitely cold weather. But now we're experiencing hot summers as well, and we have summer materials and summer programming for weatherization in the summer. We're going to talk about heating and appliances first. I like to ask our participants, so there's some action. It's not just me talking the whole time, which would not be as fun, but where do we use the most electricity in our homes? If you are on Zoom, you can absolutely type in the chat. And you can take a guess. If not, that is totally fine. I can answer my own question. Oh, yay. Oh, good guess. Water heater. Nice. Thank you very much, participant, for that guess. Water heater. Very close. Really good guess. That's actually the second highest cost. Our highest costs in our homes, especially in the Northwest, are usually our heating homes, as you hear probably your friends or neighbors saying their bills are going up in the winter. It's probably because they're paying more to heat their spaces. I don't have AC in my apartment, so I'm not paying for cooling in the summer, which was very difficult last summer. It got very hot. But so this is kind of a good chart to see where your electricity expenditure is going. Our appliances and other things are kind of add up at the end there, but those are the 2 big ones. We like to remind folks, this may sound simple, but just to heat your body before you're heating your space or pay to heat your space. So, wearing sweaters and not just t-shirts when you're walking around is good for your health, and also, good for your wallet for sure. So you might not have to heat your home as high if you're wearing sweaters as you're walking around in the winter. We're going to talk about central and zonal heating today. Maybe if anyone in the chat can mention what kind of heating they have. Maybe you have central, maybe you have zonal. We'll talk about both, but it's nice to always hear what folks have that are here listening. Maybe our participant who guessed the water heater would want to jump in there. Zonal, nice. Thank you so much. Cool. Okay, we'll definitely talk about zonal. I also have zonal, so I'm going to type in the chat and just be a participant for a moment. We'll talk about both. Oh, we got one more. Central gas. Okay, so we have both of these, so we'll talk about both so it applies to all those that are listening, and then whoever is out there on the internet can learn something too. But basically, if you have a central system, this is how it basically works: that you're sucking in cold air from your home. In this example, those are in orange. They're called cold air returns. You heat that up, that cold air up in your furnace, and then it gets sent back out into your home through these vents or ducts, which in the image are in purple. Okay, you control that whole system with your thermostat, and there's a lot of data that says keeping between 68 and 60 degrees is very efficient for your system, very cost effective. This is as opposed to like going down to all the way off or way up, which can be dangerous and costly for your system. Of course, if you go up 69, 70 degrees, nobody's going to come out and find you and say, hey, what are you doing? So this is just a good strategy to keep in mind as you're using your thermostat, especially in the winter. Just like your car, you have to change your oil every few years. Your furnace, if you have a central furnace, should be tuned. Usually inspections are free, but it costs money to service it. Just so it's accurate. So what is reading on your thermostat is the same temperature that your furnace is trying to heat your space to. Oh gosh, I went way too far. Sorry about that. So you have filters in your central furnace. You want to change those frequently. It's good to check them. I have a little prop here, but like a good rule of thumb is if you can see light coming through, it's probably still clean. About every 4 months to change those out so that you have clean air moving through your home. If you don't want to use those paper filters, there are reusable filters. I saw some at Walmart. You can find some at other stores or online. And they last about 5 years, maybe longer. You just have to clean them yourself. And there's instructions how to do that. But so if you want to do that, you can. This is a picture of the cold air return. These kind of these grills look different depending on your home, but I think they're probably in the main room, and they're trying to suck as much cold air as possible through this system to keep the system balanced. There's probably going to be dust buildup, especially, or if you have furniture in front of this, you want to clean this and keep furniture away so that a steady flow of cold air can go straight in uninterrupted. On the other end of the system are these vents, these heating vents. And the same thing here is that, vacuuming this or dusting this off and moving furniture away so that hot, clean air is coming straight into your room. So now we have, for our zonal heater folks, you can, this is for you specifically. I got you here. We'll talk about wall heaters and baseboard heaters and other type of zonal heating strategies. Zonal heating is different than central because you're just heating individual rooms as opposed to your whole home. And a great reminder here, I learned this as a zonal heater user myself, is to really keep those doors and windows of that room closed so that everything you're paying for is staying in that room and not like slipping out to the hallway or stuff like that. So, and then turning those off when you're not in that room anymore. Zonal heaters, the strategy here is kind of using those lower settings. I didn't know this when I moved here, but I just thought if I turned it all the way up, then it would heat my room faster. And that's not the case. It just costs more money and it'll never heat up to that temperature by its nature. So it will just kind of stay on what you're paying for. So it's good to keep these at lower settings or off so that you're using them more efficiently. Your zonal heater will also get dirty. And this is not good for safety reasons. So you want to get hair and dust out of here. I just vacuumed mine the other day. It's good for the efficiency of the system and your own safety to kind of vacuum those fins that are in there so they're clean. Portable space heaters are super common in the Pacific Northwest. People just love, having them near them. We have one in our office. You just want to plug these straight into the wall, because if they're plugged into an extension cord, it could actually cause a fire. So straight into the wall, and then just using them while you're there, not leaving them on and just, leaving for the day. So some things to think about with your portable space heater. Now we're going to talk about the electric water heater. Yes, this is probably the second highest cost in your home when it comes to electricity. Electric and gas water heaters work the same way. They're going to bring in cold water into the tank, heat it up to this temperature that's set on the thermostat, and then that hot water is going to come out to your sink or shower. We recommend testing the water that is in your water heater. Some water heaters will heat water to 130 degrees or 140 degrees. You do not need to do that or pay for that. You really only need 120 degrees. That kills bacteria. That's much safer to wash your hands or clean dishes with, and it'll save you money to lower the temperature. Electric water heaters are a little more difficult to change the temperature. You have to turn off the breaker, and then you'd have to use a screwdriver. You would unscrew these panels and then adjust the temperature. There are some videos on YouTube that I found when I was doing my water heater, and it just pretty easy to understand. It looks scary at first, but they're just some short videos that are out there, really super helpful. Gas water heaters are actually even easier. You don't have to use any tools. You just have to turn this knob down a little bit. And then you would wait 4 hours for your water to settle to that new temperature. And then you could test it again with a thermometer, see if you got to the 120 degrees. Also in the kit, we have this pipe insulation foam. This is and zip ties that go with it. This is super cool. You can put this around hot water pipes and cold water pipes, around cold water so they don't freeze, and then around the hot water pipes for efficiency to keep the heat in. A lot of water heaters are placed in vulnerable places in your apartment or your home. So it's good to really protect those pipes. We also provide in the kit, don't worry, I'm not disappearing again. I'm just going to pick up another prop that I have, which is a power strip. A lot of electronics will continue to use electricity even when they're off. So instead of walking around your home unplugging all of these, which can be inconvenient and annoying, you can just plug them all into a power strip and then shut the electricity off there. Of course, your refrigerator is not going to, other appliances, especially your refrigerator, will never, turn off. So, but some of those other electronics like we have listed here can absolutely be adjusted. I'm trying to look at my notes. I think I had something for the power strips. Yeah, here we go. Can save actually $50 a year. I was reading some data if you want some numbers to it. So, if the average home is plugging in a TV, a computer, and some other things, by just kind of having those off fully can save you some money. So I was reading a little bit about that just the other day. LED light bulbs, these are fantastic. We provide 4 inside the kit. These last years longer and cost way less. I was actually looking at numbers of these too, and I've seen numbers of about $100 a year switching to lights. If the average home has about 15 to 20 light bulbs, and they're all, if you switch all of them over to LED light bulbs, you can absolutely save a good amount of money. So LED light bulbs, we provide 4 in there. I'm going to stop there for a moment. That is halfway. I'm trying to see how we're doing on time. I think we're doing all right. I hope I'm not talking too fast. I just want to stop for a moment and take questions if there are any, and then share this form in the chat for those who are here today. Do we see any questions on Facebook, Wing? Or are we good? Nothing on Facebook. Oh, see, look, we're on the same page. Look at us. Cool. So that form that I just I sent in the chat for, I think we have 2 people. Oh, can you explain why not set thermostat below 60 degrees? That's a fantastic question, by the way. But So there actually, you can go below 60 degrees. So I've seen recommendations from, technicians and HVAC experts that like when you're away traveling, you can go down to 55. Some folks, they do recommend, if you're sleeping and you're okay sleeping a little bit colder, but now mixing in a little bit of health in there is like, folks say that you don't sleep as well if it's really cold in your home. So that's kind of why we say like the floor is 60, but if you're traveling, you can go down to 55 and just have some hot air moving through that system in your home while if you're away from the house. But that's a great question. And then if you want a little bit more data on the other side too, I was reading recently that like every degree above 68 degrees you go, so like let's say you go up to 69 or 70 degrees, you're adding like about a 3% cost to your bill. So like, if it was $100 your electricity bill, you were keeping it at 68 degrees, if you go up to 69 degrees, then you would see your bill go up, $3, 100 to 103 that next month. So there's like a 3% per degree going up above 68. So there's a little bit of extra numbers there, but really great question about going below 60. Okay, I'm going to go back to my screen. I hope folks were able to see that form. You can start filling that out as we go. No offense taken if you want to just listen with one ear and start filling out the form. I definitely do want to be mindful of time and keep on going here. So this is the kit again that you just have to fill out the form, and we have a bunch of these at our office. We're going to talk about a couple more materials that are in there, which are just really great. Most of the ones that we haven't talked about yet are really going to revolve around this idea of draft stopping, which you may or may not have heard that term. I didn't know that term before I got this job, but I had heard of weatherization and insulation. And those are kind of interchangeable in that way. Draft stopping means like stopping cold air drafts. The basic idea behind our tools and the weatherization that we do, we suggest to folks and talk about, is that you're going to pay for hot air to heat up this air in your home, and that air will rise up and it will actually leave out of your home through cracks and gaps. Maybe if you have a fireplace, through the chimney. So this air is rising and leaving, and all of our tools are meant to seal those gaps and cracks up so that the hot air you're paying for stays inside your home and keeps you comfortable for as long as possible. So you don't have to keep paying to heat it up. All of our tools are indoor tools and like inside DIY projects. There are other organizations out there that can help you for outside your home or maybe your roof. A couple come to mind, like NAYA or Reach, Community Builders, or Unlimited Choices. So there are other organizations out there, which I'm sure Fix It Fair probably has worked with, and their information is available here in Portland and the larger Portland community if you need support outside your home. And I think they do inside stuff as well. But so anyways, not to get too far off topic, we're going to go. So inside the kit are free outlet gaskets. So these go right behind your electrical outlets and switches. So right behind the plate to stop cold air from coming in through your wall, especially if your wall is not insulated very well. Those are great. I like to show this picture because I've heard a lot of participants say that they'll, block air from coming in like under their door with a towel. They're like, I stopped the air coming in through with a towel. And that is, that's great that they're trying, but you want to be careful using cloth or fabric wherever in your home you're trying to seal a crack or gap, because it'll gather moisture and that could cause mold. So you want to use plastic or foam or some other type of caulking that is not going to absorb moisture whenever you are sealing things. So talking about caulking, we provide rope caulk in the kit, 2 of these that very easy to apply. I'd never used this before until I took one of these home myself. And you just kind of peel it off and then can place it around cracks, and it just stays on. It's very easy to use. And And then you can remove it after, actually, like this picture, this person can remove that and open their window again in the summer or something like that. This is different than permanent caulk. We do not provide that, but you can find it at a local store. And yeah, for a couple of dollars. And this will just, once you put this on, it won't come off, but it's definitely good to seal air moving in through like your windows or wood or something like that. So we're going to talk about the window coverings. There are 3 inside of the kit. This is kind of like the star of the show. There are instructions inside the kit how to use these. So I won't go too deep into it, but the basic idea, this is my little prop here. The basic idea is you're going to cover your window with this plastic sheet so that you can insulate your window and hot air stays in your home and does not leave out through the window. Before you install this window covering, you want to think about your pets. Maybe they will rip the plastic, then it won't work very well, or moisture, so that you don't have standing water behind this window covering, which could cause mold. So you want to dry definitely before you put on. We'll talk about that in a moment. It's pretty simple to put on. You just need a hammer and some scissors. It might be helpful to have a second person help you. I did just put one up around my window, and it took about half an hour by myself, 45 minutes by myself. So it might be good to recruit some friends or neighbors or family, or you can do it on your own. These will last about 3 to 5 years on your window. They're really great, season after season. Because the adhesive is very strong that is on there. So it's good to just clean and dry so that there's no moisture, right, for the mold. And then the tracks can really glue onto around your window and stay there for a while. This first step, and I won't get too deep into the instructions, but the first step is to measure out these tracks and then kind of fit them around the entire window. There are different ways to install it on your windows. So it's like a one size fits all, right? And that you can go in front of your window. You could go around the frame or inside the windowsill. The most important is that you just have 2 to 3 inches of space between the plastic sheet and the glass on your window to make this pocket of air in between there, which is going to act as an insulator. So in order to make this pocket of air, you have to really seal these corners off, get them touching so that air is not moving out of this little pocket that you have created. If you are installing this kit and you notice you maybe measured wrong or made a mistake, the adhesive is quite strong. So you want to use like a soap or adhesive remover and a knife to really soak the tracks and then peel them off slowly. Because it could remove paint. It's pretty strong adhesive. But if you put it on right, you don't have to do it. You don't have to remove it. It'll just fall off in a couple of years. The sheet. So then after you have these tracks around, you want to measure out this plastic sheet that is going to cover the entire window. And then this is where the hammer comes in, because you will then hammer in this lock onto the plastic and then onto the tracks. So it's this like layered system, this 3-layer. The locks lock the sheet to the tracks. My hands did not do that justice, but I tried my best. Then you have now the plastic sheet is hanging down over the window because it's locked in at the top. Then you just use the hammer to lock down the sides and the bottom all the way around. Boom. Now you have covered your window. You just need to cut any extra plastic so it's not hanging off there poking you. And then there are different ways. I could have showed this picture earlier, but there are different ways to install. Like you can put under the blinds. My coworker, she doesn't work here anymore, but I saw that she had put hers underneath her blinds. I put mine over my blinds. And then, some folks will even cut a little hole here to feed the strings through and open and close your blinds there throughout the winter. So up to you, different ways. This is my favorite picture because it just shows different than other plastic storm window coverings, whatever they call them out there. They will have to be removed every season because they're just taped on. And so these are really great because you can roll them up in the summer. cover them with your curtains or something like that, and then roll them back down the next winter, and just it stays on there and it works every season after season. So it's a really great way to stay warm and insulate your windows. So we're going to talk about doors, because just like windows, doors will also let out a lot of air. The good rule of thumb is if you can see light coming through your door, there's probably air coming through. So we have V-Seal weather stripping, which there's some instructions in the kit as well how to install this, but this will basically be taped on the inside of your door frame so that when the door closes, it closes onto this strip, and that fills the space between the door and the door frame so that air is not going in and out. So weather stripping, super great. V-Seal is one technology, and that works for windows and doors. And then our other option that we provide in the kit, or both even, you can actually use them together, as you can see in this picture on the left here, is foam tape. And foam tape is pretty easy to install. It just has some adhesive on the back, and you can put that between your door and the frame, or your window and the window frame as well, to stop air from moving in. We also provide a door sweep that can go on the bottom of your door. It's good to remember to just kind of let this hang right onto the surface and not drag. But door sweeps can absolutely stop insects and air from moving in and out of your door as well. I'm going to stop there for questions on those materials. We have a few more minutes. We're just going to talk about mold and then next steps, which is fill out the form and then come get your kits here from our office. But if anyone has any other questions, I appreciate you all staying on so long on your Friday afternoon. I really appreciate it. And I appreciated the question earlier. If there, can take any questions now, or I can stay on for a little bit after. Either way. I'm not seeing anything in the chat, which is nothing on Facebook. Sweet. You know what that means? Maybe we're just doing a good job here. That's what I'll take that to mean, hopefully. Okay. We're gonna talk about preventing mold. We're gonna prevent mold. That's what we're gonna do. Why we talk about mold is because weatherization can sometimes cause more moisture in your home. And why is that? That's because you're now stopping this cold air moving into your home, or hot air leaving, and that airflow will actually dry moisture. So it's just good to be on the lookout. Now that you're stopping all this airflow, maybe there's a possibility for moisture to kind of stay around longer. Where there's usually mold is where there's standing or leaking water. So pipes that are leaking, or your bathroom, maybe your kitchen. We had some mold in our bathroom. The steam rose up and just kind of stayed there, so we had to clean that. You want to clean mold as soon as you find it. Definitely wear a mask when you're cleaning. Mold is not good to breathe in. So you can use vinegar or hydrogen peroxide to clean the mold. You don't want to just use bleach or just paint over it. If you are a homeowner, you can reach out to a professional if you need more help, because there's a lot, or you don't want to do it yourself. Can be scary. I definitely hear that. But if you're renting, you can absolutely contact your landlord, because the landlord absolutely has a responsibility to keep your living space habitable. If you are a renter and your landlord is, maybe not doing a great job, and you're having, disputes with them, you can absolutely reach out to Community Alliance of Tenants. They are renters' rights advocate, and for all folks here in Oregon, and can absolutely help you and advocate on your behalf. So a great partner organization. This is the chart again for the income qualifications. If you meet these, you can get all of our resources for free, our kit materials, our folks that come to your home for audits and repairs. If you don't qualify, that's okay. You can find this list later, and purchase these materials. But the kit is pretty easy to take home. So folks who are coming to our office to pick them up, pretty easy to carry. It's only a couple of pounds, which is awesome. You just have to fill out the form. Let me share that form in the chat one more time for folks who are here, so they can go and fill that out as we speak. We also have, for those who are, maybe not on Zoom right now, we have forms at our office that you can absolutely fill out after you watch this video. It'll be on YouTube and stuff like that, thanks to Fix It Fair. So if you watch the video, you can fill out a form or come to another workshop because we're having them pretty frequently. I'm hosting workshops very frequently for the public. Our office is on Burnside in Central East Portland. There's definitely a bus line. There's parking available. I'm here almost every day to provide these kits and answer questions. So happy to meet you and help out if in any way that I can. This is my contact information. My name was Zach. Again, I work for Community Energy Project. And yeah, we're just trying to, help folks weatherize their homes, stay comfortable and warm, and save money over the winter. And then, like I said, we actually do have summer programming too. So come back around this summer if it's getting hot and you need some support in that way. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming tonight. 5:36. Look at that. I gave you a couple of minutes back on your Friday, Valentine's Day, and the weekend. If you don't have any questions for me, feel free to head on out. If you do have a question, I'll stay for a couple minutes and can answer anything from the chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all joining today.
Thanks, Zach. This is Wing. Another great presentation. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I really appreciate you bringing me on, and yeah, we'll get you to the weekend here, Wing. You gotta take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. For sure.
Recover a little bit. Yeah, get some soup.
Yeah, I know I'm already half asleep. All right, Zach, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the workshop. Thank you, everyone. And I'll get you the recording immediately after this.
That sounds awesome, Wayne. Thank you. And yeah, let's reconnect next week. I'd love to chat a little bit more. Thank you so much again for hosting so many workshops for us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're really glad to.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good weekend.
Next week. You too.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.